Hi there. My name is Chris, and I'm a Java teacher here at Treehouse. Chances are that you spend some time online. In fact, I know you spent some time online since you're here taking this course now. Even more, I know that you probably spend quite a bit of time on the internet, given that your learning path in Java has probably taught you a few things before landing in this course. You've probably poked around on many websites, whether that is the Treehouse library, our forum, Stack Overflow, or the Oracle Java docs. Or maybe it's during breaks from your learning that you spend the most time online. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, BuzzFeed. While you're learning how to use Java to create programs to do sophisticated things, do you ever look at the very sites you're browsing and think, could I use Java to make a web application? Fortunately for you, the answer is yes. There are numerous ways to do this, and it's changed a lot throughout the years. In this course, we'll focus on using the Spring framework to help us accomplish this task. We'll dive more deeply into the details of Spring, but let me give you an overview here. Writing a web application is like being the author of an ongoing dialogue. As with any dialogue, you might wonder, who are the speakers? For a basic web app, essentially there are two, the server and the client. In general, the user of a web application communicates with the server through a web browser. This could be Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, or maybe a mobile browser. The web browser formats all user actions and sends them in a nicely formatted request to the web server. Upon receiving this request, the web server, according to how it's programmed, crafts a nicely formatted response to send back to the browser. The format of the request and the response follows a very specific set of rules as defined by HTTP, or the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is in the crafting of the response in the web server where your Java code would come into play. If you're a Java developer working on a web application, likely most of your development time is spent here on the web server. You'd be writing the Java code necessary to respond to the requests coming from your users' web browsers. Coding a Java web app means coding a bunch of components. By component, I simply mean a class or a collection of classes that handles a specific task in the application. In a web application, your Java code needs a component to intercept the incoming request, components to handle the request to certain locations, and more components to fetch and store any data related to the request or response, and even more components to generate the response back to the web browser. Now that's quite a few components. Luckily, there are many libraries or frameworks that help you organize and manage this request and response cycle. One of the most popular for Java is the Spring framework. In this course, we'll use the web components of the Spring framework to write a site that serves as an animated GIF library. We'll call this library GIFlib. This will be a website that lists a bunch of animated GIFs, each with a name, user, and date uploaded. Because the Spring framework provides some really sophisticated options for writing web applications, we'll take our time in fully understanding the setup of even a simple web app. This will give you a solid foundation from which you can climb to more powerful, industry-ready apps. So, when you're ready to start, head to the next video where we'll begin installing what you'll need on your computer to code your first Spring app.